In the heart of the desolate Nevada desert lies Perfection, a town so small you'd probably miss it if you blinked while driving past. It's the kind of place where folks know not only your name, but what colour underwear you're wearing. And gossip is the fastest moving thing in town. But beneath the surface of this seemingly sleepy community lurks an earth-shattering secret. Enter Tremors, a film that blends those classic B-movie thrills with a side order of absurdity to deliver a cult classic that's delighted audiences for decades. This 1990 creature feature is the ultimate B-movie experience. Imagine giant killer worms wreaking havoc on a dusty desert town, a couple of lovable idiots playing unlikely heroes. And as for its commercial success? Unfortunately, there's no single definitive answer to how much money Tremors made in its original theatrical release. Box office tracking wasn't as precise in 1990 as it is today. However, domestically, it had an estimated production budget of approximately $11 million and turned over around $16.7 million. This only covers its initial theatrical run in the United States. However, with the home video explosion, Tremors became a cult classic and went on to massively boost its overall revenue, but these figures are difficult to track. In short, while Tremors wasn't a box office smash on release, it found its niche in the growing home video market. This allowed it to develop a devoted fan base, leading to sustained financial success long after its original theatrical showing, and it has spawned 6 sequels and a series. At the centre of this mayhem are Val McKee, Kevin Bacon and Earl Bassett, Fred Ward, the handyman that fixed leaky roofs, busted toilets and pretty much anything that falls apart in perfection. These guys dream of leaving this speck on the map in their dust, trading in their toolbox for, well, who knows exactly. Anything seems better than another day patching up the same crumbling buildings. Their ambitions may be as modest as the town itself, but their survival instincts are about to get a serious workout. The arrival of the Graboids, prehistoric worm-like creatures with appetites bigger than the state of Nevada, the Graboids were brought to life in an era where CGI was still in its infancy. The creative team employed a masterful blend of practical effects, animatronics and clever camera tricks to bring those ravenous subterranean horrors to life. The special effects for Tremors were primarily handled by Amalgamated Dynamics Incorporated, ADI, founded by Tom Woodruff Jr. and Alec Gillis. ADI are special effects veterans known for their work on films like Aliens and Starship Troopers. They employed a mix of practical effects, including puppetry, animatronics and miniature work, to bring those Graboids to life. One of the film's greatest strengths lies in its commitment to tangible in-camera effects. The Graboids were largely realised through large-scale puppets and animatronics. Their segmented bodies allowed for a believable writhing movement as they burrowed beneath the desert sands. Scenes where a Graboid erupts through the surface employ cleverly hidden rigs and explosives to create a sense of earth-shattering power. This reliance on practical effects gives the Graboids a physical presence that many early CGI creatures of the era lacked, grounding them in the reality of the film despite their outlandish concept. However, Tremors wisely understands the power of suggestion. The film often keeps the Graboids partially obscured, relying on glimpses of writhing tentacles and gaping maws. And a general sense of earthbound chaos. This strategic restraint builds suspense, forcing the audience to fill in the blanks with their own imagination, which can be far more terrifying than any special effect. The film's iconic scenes like Val and Earl's panic scramble atop a boulder as a Graboid circles beneath are effective precisely because we rarely see the creature in its entirety. The special effects team also excelled at creating the illusion of scale. Miniature sets and forced perspective shots were used to make the Graboids seem truly enormous compared to their human prey. This attention to detail lent the creatures a sense of intimidating size and power. Additionally, the distinctive sounds of a mixture of guttural roars and unsettling clicking noises amplified their presence, making them menacing even when unseen. In fact, among the films to reuse the Graboid sound effects include Mosquito, Starship Troopers, Ants, and most recently, Kong Skull Island. There's also several other movies. David F. Alstetter is credited as Flowey recordist on Tremors, with Ezra Dweck as the sound effects recordist and George Simpson as the sound effects editor. Of course, it wouldn't be a discussion of Tremors without acknowledging the element of humour woven into the special effects. The film knows when to play up the absurdity of its premise, and the Graboids occasionally border on the ridiculous, yet this B-movie charm actually works in the film's favour. Their inherent weirdness creates a delightful tension between fear and laughter, making the encounters all the more entertaining. Tremors serves as a reminder of the timeless appeal of practical effects. While modern CGI offers filmmakers incredible flexibility, there's an undeniable charm and visceral thrill to seeing physically realised creatures interact with their environment. Its special effects team proved remarkably resourceful, creating memorable monsters despite technological limitations. In turn, the film demonstrates that inventive filmmaking and a touch of humour can elevate what might otherwise be conventional creature feature effects into something iconic, and these creatures are still believable even today. The sheer absurdity of facing subterranean monsters with unquenchable taste for human flesh is where the film finds its sweet spot of humour. Tremors knows it's a B-movie and it owns the designation with pride. The creature designs are surprisingly effective for the time, yet have a gloriously dated charm. It's less about pure horror and more about the "are you kidding me right now" nature of these creatures. And let's face it, giant underground snaky worms, genius and ludicrous all at once. The residents of perfection might as well be characters in a small town parody. You've got the paranoid survivalist Bert Gummer, Michael Gross, armed to the teeth and ready for apocalypse at any second. There's Walter Chang, Victor Wong, the perpetually stressed store owner who sees dollar signs in the disaster instead of danger. And, bless her heart, poor Ernest Rondellebec, Finn Carter, a seismology grad student drawn to perfection's odd tremors, completely unaware someone or something is about to have her for lunch. There's a certain affection for the absurdity of these characters. As the danger ramps up, their quirks weirdly shift into assets, and a resourceful, if slightly unhinged, spirit rises to the surface. Tremors is the ultimate underdog story. Val and Earl are light years away from action heroes. They're just regular guys who wanted a change of scenery, not a battle against prehistoric worms. Yet there's something so endearing about their resilience and quick thinking, mixed with a healthy dose of panic, that makes you root for them. What could have been forgettable monster movie fodder turns into a surprisingly heartwarming tale of unexpected bravery with a side of laugh-out-loud chaos. In a world overflowing with slick CGI and superhero spectacles, Tremors is a gem. It proves you don't need massive budgets or A-list stars for thrilling entertainment. Sometimes all you need is a handful of oddballs, giant underground worms, a whole lot of determination, and a very strong drink once the dust settles. And that's all this videographer has time for today. I hope you'll join me in the next one.